1 second. Okay, got your camera up?
You.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you this morning.
Same here.
Yeah. I want to first introduce you, uh, Mr. David Hite with Hite Inspections. Is it Hite or is it Heights Inspections? I always say Heights.
Yeah, Hite Tech. It's a playoff of high tech using my last name
Uh-huh. Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
focus on using all the high tech tools in the industry.
Exactly. Exactly. And I met you years ago, and I remember the first time I met you, you were just in service. That's what I remember about you more than anything. The first time I met you were in service, just making sure everybody was comfortable, everybody was happy. You were feeding us, taking.
But right?
Yeah, you were in service, and I was just so impressed by how in tune you were with making sure that everybody was just taken care of, and just I really do appreciate what you what you do for the real estate community, and thank you so much for being a part of the learning process, being there to help realtors to increase their intellectual capital, and not only doing that, but extending yourself to prepare and get ready for these classes. And I don't know if uh, people really understand what it takes to prepare and then to dress down after it's over. You put a lot of effort into these events.
We do.
So,
It's part of how we want to do business. We want to be more service oriented. We have 3 G's for our company. It's called great inspections, great customer service, and then giving back. And those
right.
are the values we build our company around, so that anything we do, we evaluate through that lens.
Well, I tell you, David, it shows. I mean, it definitely shows. And I'm one to tell you, I'm not a realtor, but I definitely see it in your actions. So my name's Desiree Savory. For those of you who've never met me, I'm a technology and accountability coach. I've never done real estate in my life. I'm on the side of actually doing technology coaching. And this is David Heights. He is the owner of Heights Inspections. And can you tell me more about the areas that you serve? What areas do you serve in your inspection company?
All of Houston, we go down to Galveston, over to Baytown, all the way around the metro area. So we have multiple inspectors that we can normally get an inspection done the next day, and so we will stay within the metro area, but we will go
Okay.
outside, especially if somebody needs it. There are times when people buy a house way out in the middle of nowhere, and we'll go out there as well and help them. So, but we do focus a lot. I live in the Heights, so that is an area that we
Oh,
focus on. It's in town in Interloop. We're very familiar with pier and beam homes. I live in a 1924 pier and beam home. I love it. They're just they're a different house. They live differently than
absolutely. I'm from the West Indies and I love the Heights. It just reminds me of being home. You know, it's definitely a special area. I feel cozy when I'm there. So yeah, that's
lots of restaurants they're opening. There's a community feel to it. It's like a little city inside the city. So we
it
really
is. It's
Heights. And the
special
Heights
community.
has the same thing. The Heights wants to give back. There are lots of good people there that are always willing to lend a helping hand.
Yeah, and I noticed even on your website that you have really, kind of depicted a lot of technology that you use, especially with being able to go under homes and inspect homes that are elevated. Now I'm not using the right terms because I'm not a realtor. I'm kind of like that person that would be purchasing a home and needing someone like you to come out to look at that property and inspect it. So let's say, for example, um, I have a realtor that's going to help me to list my home or sell my home. When are you called into the process?
So there are 2 times that we're called in. We do a pre-listing consultation, where we'll come out and just look over the home, give you some tips on how to prepare it for the inspection once it's sold, so that you can then start getting the house ready to list. But most of the time we're called out after somebody puts an offer in on a home, and then we'll come out. We go through very detailed. We specialize in using all of the latest technology. We do have drones. We have a drone that flies above the house if we need. We have a drone that goes below the house. We use moisture meters, and our moisture meters go 4 inches into the wall, especially with all the flooding that happened here.
Wow.
Make sure that if a house was flooded, that we can reach behind that sheetrock and make sure that that was dried out completely before they rehab that house.
Mm.
And also rehab or flipper. So I do my own rehabbing and flipping. So I'm familiar with where they cut corners
Yeah.
and how things should be done.
Right.
Keep up on all of that.
Oh, that's amazing. So that, especially here in the Houston area, that's a common situation too. With mold, you could probably tell if is it mold or is it a moisture situation. You're able to identify all those things too, right?
And we offer a full array of inspections: mold, stucco, well, septic. So anything that you need inspected, we have the certifications to inspect. And so
Right.
inspectors are well trained, they're friendly. I think part of what sets us apart is we set aside 30 minutes to an hour at the end of the inspection to go over all of the findings, especially with new homeowners. If they've never owned a home, they have lots of questions. We talk about maintenance, how to make this house live better and maintain it better. And so we just don't leave until they're comfortable with what we've shared with them and we've answered all their questions at the end.
So what if a person has a property and they don't really want to sell their home at all? They're not even looking to sell a property, but they still want to do an inspection on their home. Are you someone who provides that type of service?
Absolutely. We'll come out and we do have people. Well, I think I may have mold. Would you come out and look at it? Sure, we will. We'll come
Yeah.
out, swing by. Or if you want a full inspection, just to know the condition of your property, we'll do that as well.
Right.
So it's not real common. It's common to get single elements. Hey, my roof is not doing well. Would you come by and look at that? And so typically those are things that we will fit in between inspections, because and we wait till we're in the area, because it's not
Yeah,
a need right now. Because if we're going to Sugarland that day and you're in spring, I mean, that's not very
absolutely. Yeah.
to run through those two directions. But we will help a homeowner out in any way that we can.
Right, right. So that's good to know. How long do inspections usually last, David? How long is it depend on how old the home is? Let's say, for example, if there's a new home on the market, if it's a new home and you're going to do an inspection on a new home, or if it's a pre-owned home, or if it has had slab situations, I guess inspections depend on the condition of the property.
On the house. The more we find, the longer the inspection is going to be. The older the house, the more times that it's been remodeled or rehabbed, it's going to increase the inspection time. And of course, the size of the house, whether you have a pool, whether we're inspecting for termites, whether we're inspecting for stucco. But an average one is going to take between 2 and 3 hours.
Ah, okay, okay. Do you
We
have,
we
oh,
leave
sorry.
that last hour. Typically, we only do 2 inspections a day per inspector, so that we leave that last hour to where we can spend that time with the client.
Okay. Do you have when you're doing an inspection, does the either the like the homeowner or the realtor come with you through that inspection, or you do that, by yourself?
Normally no one's there. We call and give everyone, the realtor and the buyer, we give them an hour's notice, say, hey, we're going to be done in an hour, so that they can come meet us at the end.
Uh-huh. I see. Okay. That makes sense. Um, that makes a lot of sense. Um, so Houston is a huge area. I mean, the metropolitan area is a huge area, so you guys are pretty busy all over the city. And with you providing, like I said, service. To me, service is not just the inspections. You're filling our bellies all the time. That's a lot for you to do. And I like I said, when I see you, when I'm doing training, and I see you out there putting your spirit into that, and that's a lot. It takes a lot to do all that. When do you rest? Because you're working all the time.
We do work quite a bit. And thankfully for Rachel, we have Rachel
Yes.
who works, who does the marketing for us. She has the exact same ideas. She is very service oriented. She fits right in with our company with what we want to do. We rarely go out and purchase food. Most of the time it's personally made. We're at Keller Williams Memorial this week and we made crepes for everyone and we
Oh
made
my gosh.
items to it. We bring it in and we serve it and we try to get some personal time with the agents so that they can get to
Yes.
we can get to know them. And it's just a different way of doing things.
Yeah, I mean, Rachel has made some incredible food
All right.
herself. I mean, it's like, really? I mean, you look at it and it's like picturesque, You
And
guys put a lot of effort into it. Sorry?
she's done it for well over 100 people. I mean, that's a lot of food to
I
prepare for.
know. I've had her gumbo.
Now, you haven't had my gumbo, and don't tell her this, but my gumbo definitely, there's a good race there with our gumbo. So we love to push each other to make better and better food.
Yes, yes. So, is there anything you'd like to say it about, what you're doing now? What's coming up in 2020? How are things going? What kind of plans do you have for 2020?
But we're expanding our staff, so we have a couple of individuals in training. We want to always be able to come out by the next day. That's one of our goals in 2020. And we want to have enough staff that if you run into an emergency situation, your
Hmm.
inspector couldn't make it today, something happened, you've run up. Sometimes people will call, well, my option period's over tomorrow because they've just not gotten an inspector. We want to be able to, in 2020, be able to do an inspection that day. Now, of course, if you call us at 4 p.m., we're not going to be able to do
Sure,
that.
of course.
But
Yeah.
if you call us before 10 o'clock on that day, we want to be able to go ahead and schedule an inspection that day. Now, we have done a couple of things this year, which has been super exciting for us. We have upgraded our software to where that you can go online at www.hitetecinspections.com and schedule your appointment. You don't have to call. You just simply go on there, mark
Oh,
the inspection
great.
you want, and as long as as is someone available at that time slot that you want, it just schedules it and everything is a go. We also went to a new software where you can do a repair report right from the software. It's super easy. It looks fabulous on the phone, looks great on the computer. It's very easy to read, and it takes all of our comments and our pictures and puts them in the repair list that you can send then to the other real estate agents. So it's
Oh,
super.
that's good.
Now we try to make everything as easy and convenient as we can for both the real estate agent and for the client.
That is excellent. That is excellent. With technology today, those reports are pulled into different software and then integrated with the reports and everything. So you're making it really easy for them to have access to that. Um, well, good. Well, I did have another question. So you do not just residential, you also do commercial. Isn't that
We do.
correct?
We do. We absolutely do commercial. I own multifamily, so I'm very familiar with how what's important in a multifamily. So we specialize in multifamily commercial buildings. We'll do anything anything from warehouses to barns to whatever you need to do. So if you have any inspection needs, we have it covered at High Tech.
Okay, so let's get the website again. What's the website address?
It's www.hitetech, my last name, Hite, tech, inspections with an S.com.
And what's the phone number where you can be reached?
It's 832-477-0367. And if you Google us, we do have a 5-star rating on Google. So we get very
Yes.
good reviews. If you go on our Facebook, we have testimonials that people can see of actual people who we've done inspections for, who will let you know how thorough and good the inspections are. And I think part of the magic of High Tech as well is that the follow-up. I'm very familiar with repair costs, so I can give you guidance on what's the most expensive parts of the inspection report. You can call me afterwards. If you want, we'll go out and do re-inspections. Lots of inspectors won't do re-inspections because they're They're not a moneymaker. I mean, we do
Right.
the inspections because you can't charge that much for them. But we want to have that as an extra service that gives that gives that availability to our clients. So we try to provide the very best service you can find in the industry. And I think if you'll try us one time, you'll discover that that's the case.
Well, absolutely. I absolutely agree with you with that. And I can tell you just from meeting you, knowing you, and talking with you, and eating your food, and seeing the way you've been with the way you serve. I mean, like I say, service, you are well-rounded when it comes to all of it. And I just appreciate you. And I just want to personally thank you for being there for the real estate community. And I look forward to working with you more in the future. And
And this
thanks.
the cruise is going to be fabulous, right? It's super.
We're gonna have an amazing time. Yeah. Yeah, I
And that
think.
we were just on that boat. We took a family vacation for at Christmas. We don't give Dee Dee and I don't give gifts. We buy a family vacation for the family.
Oh, nice.
We were on that very boat last year for our family vacation. So we're
Oh,
super
good.
excited about getting together with everybody on there.
Well, I think we're gonna have a wonderful time. I think we're looking at close to 60 people. So, we're up there, and I'm looking for us to have more. So we're going to be putting it out some more and getting more people, hopefully.
On the beach and get your CEUs out of the way. CEs,
Absolutely.
what's better than that?
Yeah, we have what, almost, I think, what, 12 hours of credit. So I'm looking forward to your class. You're going to be teaching, so that's going to be excellent.
You'd get half. You can easily get half of your CEs out of the way and sit on the beach the rest of the time.
Absolutely.
Pretty good deal.
Absolutely. Well, I look forward to talking to you again. All right.
Same here. Have a good day, Desiree.
Have a blessed day. Take care of yourself.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.